Hello everyone, welcome to KbeatZ Gone Crazy. I'm KbeatZ and welcome to a reaction video about Beast of Reincarnation. So as you guys know or might not know, I will tell you anyways. I am a fan of Pokemon games, and Pokemon games are developed by a certain team, a certain studio called Gamefreak. Now, until Pokemon Legends ZA, especially when it came to Nintendo Switch games, people have been complaining about Pokemon games when it came to their gameplay and their quality of their graphics, how laggy it is, and problems with FPS as well. Now, what I'm talking about is Pokemon games are known for being not the best quality that has been released on the Nintendo. Well, it's also about the hardware as well. The hardware is out of date. It's extremely out of date. But we also have to know that people were blaming Game Freak for not making Pokemon games as good as how they were back in the Game Boy Advance or the Nintendo DS era, you know. So even until today, the most sold Pokemon game is Pokemon Red and Blue, which was released in 1996, by the way. So 1996 or 1998, I cannot remember exactly. Either way, the reason for that is Pokemon, the Game Freak, wasn't able to make a good game even until the Nintendo Switch 2. A lot of Nintendo consoles has been released until to this day, and none of those Pokemon games were able to exceed the expectations, but exceed the sales of a 1996 video game, which video games were not popular back then. Like, not popular as it is of today. They have a lot more player base in Nintendo Switch than in the Game Boy. So, Nintendo Switch is second most sold hardware in this world, behind PS2, right? With, I cannot remember, it has exceeded 100 million. But Red and Blue has, I think, 25 plus million sales. Which, but second place is Sword and Shield, I can give them that. But with a console that has exceeded 100 plus million units sold but hasn't been able to sell more than what they themselves were capable of by 1996. Now what I'm going to show you is the same developer team who made Pokemon to this day for the Nintendo console has made a PS5 exclusive game, and it's not, as you can see, it may contain content inappropriate for children, right? It does say that. Let's see what they have in store for the exclusive. Let's see. This is Game Freak, by the way. It'll show you. Oh. Okay. Saucebuck. Probably. Mega Saucebuck. There it is. Game Freak. Then we have Wolves. I don't really know how to tell you. I don't know, it's a bit laggy, right? Look at how it plays though. Boss battles. Yeah, there it is. The exact way how the robot should be cut, the way she sliced the arm, right? And then look at the hair, look at the surroundings, right? Compare this game to a Pokemon game. Well, at least the latest Pokemon game, you know? The textures, probably Unreal Engine now that I'm looking at it. Who knows? I might be wrong. Nintendo are not known for using Unreal Engine. Even if they used Unreal Engine, I don't think they can run an Unreal Engine game on a Nintendo Switch or the Switch too. And as you can see, it's copyright 2025 Gamefreak.inc. So this is actually a game made by the developers of Pokemon who were under Nintendo for a long time. I don't know if Gamefreak is an independent studio, but as far as I know, they were under Nintendo for a long time, and this is what we are looking at. This is Pokemon Legends ZA.
The story takes,
and as you can see, if you compare the looks of this game, look at this. The detail, the attention to detail on this game, and then you have this. The buildings, every building here looks the same, and every window looks the same. Like, what are we doing here, right? Because here's the thing, Nintendo is probably earning not probably, but they're earning one of the most amount of money, especially when it comes to Pokemon games as well. You can check on the internet, you can type and check which game franchise makes the most money out of every game franchises out there. Pokemon has been number one. I'm telling you, Pokemon has been number one, and it's not even close. Pokemon and I think Mario. Either way, they make the most amount of money, and people are blaming Game Freak for not making a good game. Let's be honest here. All the money they're getting probably goes to Nintendo. Maybe at least a part of it, right? So the same studio, if now you guys might be surprised, people who are watching this video might be surprised. How can a team that makes this game make a game like this? How are they capable to do this? People are saying recruit more employees, get more employees, hire more employees to make better games. The number of employees are not the problem here. Open your eyes, or open your brain, right? Open your brain and look at this. This is under Nintendo, and this is under PlayStation. PlayStation brought out the inner beast of what Game Freak can actually do. I have faith in Game Freak. I myself thought, since the day Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 came out, I thought Game Freak is able to make a Game of the Year worthy game. A Game of the Year worthy masterpiece. I have said it on previous videos myself, and what I can tell you is that if they can make this, they can make better. They can do something similar for this as well. For this extremely popular franchise, right? So look at the car. This car, the tires are not circular as well. It's very polygonal. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Vocabulary is bad. But as you can see that the tires are not circular. And then you can see this. Look at this, the hat is circular. Look at the flowers, the textures, the metal on it, the metal on the robot, right? Look at this. This is a video to show people what Game Freak is capable of. And I think it depends on the publisher, right? And PlayStation brought out the inner beast of what Game Freak is able to do. Nintendo is not giving Game Freak any time. It feels like there's some harassment behind the scenes of Pokemon games, because this is not what people expect from a multi-billion dollar, like billion-dollar making game, right? Because even in 2022, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was released. They are the leading selling video game of that year. And second place was Elden Ring, which was the game of the year, right? We all thought Elden Ring might be first place, but no. Scarlet and Violet is first place. They're making a lot of money. Game Freak is able to make really, really good games. It's just Nintendo's fault. That's all I can tell you. PS5, with how they did with getting Game Freak to make a PS5 exclusive for their game, Nintendo did the same with what people were wanting for the other end as well, the other way around, which is called Duskbloods. And as you can see, this is Duskbloods, and is also a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. This is FromSoftware, and look at how this looks. Look at how this looks.
Blood.
This is what this looks, by the way. This is what it looks like. So, people were wanting Bloodborne for a long time, for the PS5 or for the PC. Either way, they wanted a remake or a sequel for Bloodborne for actually 10 years by now. 10 years. 2015 is the year Bloodborne was released. People wanted something for Bloodborne. PS5 owned a part of Bloodborne and they didn't do anything. But what FromSoftware decided to do is got together with Nintendo, made a Switch 2 exclusive. It feels like a slap in the face to Nintendo, to PlayStation, you know, if you can really look at it, right? So this is what we are actually dealing with, but this is just what I'm showing you what's actually happening, right? Because FromSoftware and Nintendo collab is not something we expected to see. But also, Game Freak and PlayStation is not something we saw as well. Are those two collabs bad? No, both of them looks great. But the thing is, FromSoftware are already making good games anyways, for the PlayStation and for the PC. But Game Freak is not doing the same for the Nintendo console. Either Game Freak doesn't like Nintendo, either Nintendo is not treating Game Freak the right way they should, or maybe they are not giving the right budget to make these games. There are a lot of possibilities. I just want to know, what are your thoughts? If you're watching this video, what are your thoughts about Game Freak and what they are doing for PlayStation? Because I have no excuses for what's happening to this game, and what this is the potential we could have got for a Pokemon game as well. Instead we get a game like this. Like, from the first, for me personally, I thought Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be a different kind of spin-off franchise, a spin-off route they're taking, because Legends Arceus could have looked like this. Let's be honest, the Legends Arceus was released in 2022. I like that game personally, but it should have looked like this. This is Game Freak. I'm gonna say it 1,000 times. This is Game Freak. This is what Game Freak can actually do. Look at this. Look at the water. Game Freak, why aren't you doing this to the Nintendo Switch? At least do this for the Nintendo Switch too. That's all I'm asking. And yeah, let's get better games for the Pokemon fans. Pokemon fans deserve this kind of quality of game because of how much money, like for the leading money-making franchise of all time, Pokemon fans deserve this because they are the ones who put Game Freak to this state, right? So that's all I have to tell you, and hopefully Game Freak does great in the future. And just like that, I'll see you guys on my next stream or maybe on a video. Take care and cheers from KbeatZ.